Emmerdale's John Sugden was back to his killer ways in Friday's episode, with a character set to be found dead next week after he took brutal action. An Emmerdale character is set to meet a grim end in a shocking new twist. John Sugden strikes again, following scenes on Friday that saw him take drastic action. Upon discovering someone in the throes of a medical emergency, clearly lifeless, John made a decision that resulted in him effectively claiming another victim. While it appeared unplanned, John visited the home of patient Owen, the newcomer who recently drugged John's brother Robert Sugden, only to find him on the brink of death. He was discovered slumped and pale on the sofa, evidently in dire need of help. John initially sprang into action, checking for a pulse before preparing to dial the emergency services. However, he abruptly halted and chose to take a more ruthless course of action, leaving him to die. Not only did he cover his tracks and erase any evidence of his presence, but he also left Owen dying on the sofa, knowing he wouldn't be saved. It wasn't entirely clear if Owen was still breathing when John checked his pulse, as John didn't attempt to resuscitate him, suggesting he might have still been alive, reports the Mirror. That being said, he was motionless and looked in a bad way. Given John's plan to frame him for Nate Robinson's murder, it seemed likely that Owen was indeed dead, or that John knew by the time he would be found, he would have passed away. John penned something on Owen's laptop, which the police stumble upon next week, after they discover his lifeless body where John had left it. The grim discovery is made by Liam Kavanagh when he visits Owen on a call-out and, unable to get through to him, alerts the authorities. Liam had actually arrived on Friday, before mentioning to John that something didn't seem quite right. Unbeknownst to Liam, John was there, in a state of panic, when the former showed up to see Owen. John stayed hidden and silent until Liam departed, before making his own escape. Liam's worry leads to the unearthing of Owen's body next week, along with a suicide note and a confession to Nate's death. Owen is found deceased, and John's scheme unfolds as planned, with Owen being pegged as the prime suspect in Nate's murder. Nate's family are informed and John feigns shock at the news. So, John has now claimed another victim, months after murdering Nate and discarding his body in the lake. While John didn't actually kill Owen, who appears to have overdosed, he knowingly let him die intentionally. The medic chose not to sound the alarm or assist him, instead opting to essentially watch him die so he could frame him for his own heinous crime. He then vacated the scene, leaving Owen's body behind without informing anyone of what had transpired.